You are listening to the Horse Radio Network, part of the Equine Network family.
Hey, you're listening to Adulting with Horses, the best place to be if you can't be at the barn. We are your co-hosts and equine authors, Heather Wallace and Natalie Keller-Reinert. As crazy horse girls, we don't take ourselves too seriously in the saddle or out. We celebrate the things that make us different. Join us as we talk about horses and pop culture and get a little weird in a fun way. Thank you for being a little weird with us. Oh my God, they'd redesigned our whole program, and now I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, this could come out really zany. Let's see if it gets zany. I haven't had much coffee yet, but I'm working on it. I've decided to use pretty mugs this week. So this is a big, tall Starbucks mug with a foiled mermaid on it.
It is very pretty.
I got it with 400 stars one time because I like to save my stars for merchandise because I'm kind of, what's the word?
Cheap?
Yes. So I'm like, what is the best bang for my buck with these stars? And I go, yeah, a whole ass mug I wasn't going to pay $25 for. Seems
Obviously.
good to me. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
I love that for you.
Thank you.
The perfect time of year for a mermaid.
I think so. And it looks huge, but it's 12 ounces. It's not even that much. And it's got cold brew in it that I made myself because, cheap.
You also live in the middle of nowhere, so.
I do. I mean, I live 5 minutes from a Publix, but I wait for them to put the cold brew on, BOGO because it's Publix. Publix is crazy expensive. And absolutely no cold brew on buy one, get one. So I had to make my own, some kind of homesteader, which, by the way, I would fail at utterly because my tomatoes are being eaten and I'm just sitting inside buy tomatoes.
So I'm allergic to nightshade vegetables.
Right.
And I know I mentioned this previously, but I'm also not a gardener. My tomato plants, I didn't plant them, right? So they're just volunteering themselves.
Yeah.
And last year there was no rhyme or reason. They just kind of let them go feral. So by the time I came in September, October, there was just bushes everywhere. This year, I have had to weed out 17 to 20 tomato plants trying to form in my landscaping and my raised bed, all these things. And I was just like, sir, I do not have the time or the inclination to eat all of your fruit. So it's weird.
Yeah, I guess raccoons or something could eat them, if you wanted to be sort of the critter orphanage, which is what I am.
I mean, not really, because I have an Anatolian. My dog would literally murder them.
Yeah.
So I don't want to encourage that, although I do gift the tomatoes away at the end, of the season once I harvest
I
them.
was close and I could eat your tomatoes.
I would give you tomatoes.
Oh,
I do have tomato sauce that I made last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm enjoying thoroughly having a garden. I just have to remember to take care of it.
Yeah, that's the hard part where you're like, oh, I haven't actually been in my garden. I went into the garden. I usually go in it every night, which is too late. You should go in the morning, but I don't do
That's
shit
when
in the
I
morning.
go in.
Yeah,
I go in because I don't know how this happened. The cats, they're babies. They sleep through the night. They have slept through the night since the day I got them at 4 weeks old. Okay. They're angels.
Meant to be.
However, they do wake up for the day at 5:30 in the morning. So no matter what time of day it is, what day of the week it is, so they will get up. So I didn't have to go to work this morning, right? 5:30 in the morning, I'm awake. So I've had a full morning of playing with the cats, going to the grocery store, watering the garden, weeding. So it's 10 a.m. now as we're recording it. I've lived 3 lives.
Yeah, I couldn't. I do love that, when you get through a morning, you're like, oh my God, I've had an entire day this morning, but I can't do the entire day that way. There's going to have to be a nap. And I've been super tired the past couple afternoons. I didn't go into the garden yesterday, but I did go into the garden 2 days ago, and I plucked a couple little, cherry tomatoes, and then I'm like, what's this? And I pull out a whole, ready-to-eat zucchini. I didn't know there was zucchini in my garden. This one somehow got all the way to full 8-inch fruit before I even saw it. I'm
Floated
like,
its way in.
where did you come from? I've got a couple more days, I think, of fruit, and then it's supposed to start raining again, and the squash is just gonna go the end.
Yeah, so I found out, so this year I did prep the garden bed, thinking, okay, I'm going to plant some basil and some marigolds to go with all those crazy tomatoes and stuff. Well, so I don't know what a lot of the plants look like.
Yeah.
So I've been using the My Plant Parent app, which has been very helpful because I'm like, is this a weed? Is this a fruit? Like, I don't know. So I have potatoes. Nobody planted potatoes. They weren't here last year when I moved in. I also have cilantro, and by the time I got back from Alaska and found the plant, it had already bolted. So, I can't eat it.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's
It makes pretty flowers.
Yeah, there's 3 plants. So I'm gonna let them flower and go to seed, and then next year I'll be prepared. But
Yeah.
I have all these now, mind you, in my house, all the plants are suicidal. So I just have to move everything outside, I think.
I keep moving stuff outside because they get little bugs in them.
Oh,
And then the
yeah.
house has little bugs. Because my friend gave me this beautiful bromeliad at my author event. And I had it on the table for like a month. I'm like, I love you. And then I noticed some bugs. I said, okay, you live on the porch now, babe. So
Yeah.
I have my porch plants. I have a big palm tree that has little lizards in it now, which is like the dream. And I have pots where I threw seeds in and I forgot what they are. And some are basil and some are, I don't know yet. It might be peppers. But I do think that's the most fun is like as the years go by, like
Mhm.
you don't know what's coming. Like we found a carrot the other day and I haven't planted carrots. It's not carrot season in Florida. So I love it. I really like planting things and having no idea. I have a piece of ginger that is like growing now and it's really pretty. And I kind of forgot about it. I was like, what's this? Oh yeah, my mom gave me a piece of ginger and I stuck it in a pot. So great.
Oh my God, it's
I'm
like a nice
turning
little
so
surprise.
crazy plant lady, but like without the benefit of paying attention to what I'm doing.
Well,
So chaos.
Chaos
Plant.
gardening, I feel
Yeah.
like, is completely up my alley.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know anybody else who's more suited to chaos gardening than moi.
Okay. Okay.
So
But
yeah,
you did plant a night garden and a day garden, right? Or did you just
so I
plant?
haven't started the night garden yet. I did. So this is so
You're gonna accidentally just
no. I have to tell you. So I mean,
This is
and
a
we'll get to
poison
horses,
garden.
I promise. So
Ooh.
yeah, poison hemlock, right?
Ooh.
So yesterday my daughter had a horse show, and it was her last one of the season to qualify for points. And her dad couldn't take her. And her last time, she had a pretty bad experience with her grandfather because she was embarrassed. It was taking all day, and he was getting upset. And so I was like, you know what? It's not my weekend, but I'll take you. I love a good horse show. Right. So as I'm leaving to go to the horse show for, all day, my handyman shows up to build all this furniture and garden stuff for me as I'm walking out the door. And then my other daughter calls me hysterically crying on FaceTime. And I was just like, so I forgot to feed the cats before I left. Oh my God. I'm like a horrible human. So I now am the proud owner of a garden shed and a raised garden bed that he has
Nice.
so kindly put together for me.
Cute.
And so those are kind of starting so I can hide all my landscaping stuff. And then I don't want to brag, but like I mow my own lawn. So
Well-
what? What?
Your lawn is not an
What?
acre. I would
No,
just
it's
like to
not a
point
lot.
out.
And so I got the little mini battery operated lawnmower and it's up my alley. And I
I'm gonna get you a
figured,
drone one of those
Well,
little.
with me turning it into a little night garden, so my first thing is I just bought, and I'm waiting for them to arrive. I've got the planters ready to go. White drift rose trees.
I don't know what that is.
So
What's that?
basically, it's a shrub that has been grafted genetically to become a small tree that can live in a container.
Yes. Okay, so very medieval, even though it's like sounds modern, like a rose tree.
A rose tree, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm planting it like on either side of my garden gate fence,
Okay.
and then I'm going to string fairy lights up it, but it's
Yes.
white flowers. And so I have small little projects I'm going to be working on throughout the season, and then of course I have to wait until next season to really plant all of the things I want to plant, because I need to know what the sun is like. So it's a work in
Yeah.
progress, but I think when you come up, you'll be impressed at like the amount of shit I've done without knowing anything.
I'm excited to go to the witch's cottage again and see all of the flowers now. Something I was thinking about. So, Ben has a quarter crack.
Right.
I'm mid ghost. I've been ghosted,
Unghosted.
unghosted, and ghosted again. So I don't know what that means. We're just
Didn't sh
surviving.
So you tell me, you said something on Instagram, like she said she gave an excuse. What was the excuse?
She said that Google Voice wasn't working last week.
Okay. But she
Yeah,
knows you're on a regular schedule though, right?
yeah.
Okay.
But just like I have repeatedly asked her to come out and look at Ben's crack because I can't do anything with it.
Right.
And I have his foot wrapped for stability and in a boot. And I didn't really expect him to live that way for like
Multiple weeks.
the entirety of his cycle. Which I feel like I'm not sure, but I think I still have another 10 days and is before she comes back. And I'm like, this kind of
Yeah.
sucks. So I don't really know what's going on. Hopefully, I hope I hope she doesn't listen to this. I don't think she does. If you do listen to this, the only reason I haven't called another farrier is because I do love you and I want you to come back. So, and if you don't listen to this, great. So sometimes
Yeah.
people come out to the barn, or some people come out to my farm, and then we'll be talking, and then I'll find out that they're a listener, and that means I can't talk about their visit. So,
I have the opposite problem where, like, if you know me, you will be spoken about.
right.
And
I'm
so
always
just
worried like
assume it.
somebody's gonna be like, oh, well, 'cause-
So, yeah, I mean, well, I had something happen to me this week, but I want to get back to your quarter crack. So, Ferris
so
does get them periodically. And what we do is, because it's thrushy, we tend to put the blue hoof stuff on it from Vetricin
yeah.
and then just let it air out so it's dry, not wet.
This I put I have an antibiotic cream that I really really like, and I've been gauzing it with that because there was some blood, like it was
Oh,
really high
shit.
up.
So it was up there.
Yes, it was a big
Oh,
nasty crack. Like I can handle something basic, and I also know when, oh, this went really high, this is an issue because it's way at the back, right before his heel. Right, so there's not much space there, and his quarters
oh,
already flare a little bit there anyway, so it was almost like begging to happen.
right.
And so it's just really unstable, and I was concerned about, I've been cleaning it out with blue stuff, like Clorox, and scrubbing it out with a brush and stuff to make sure nothing can get in there, and then keeping it clean.
Yeah.
Um,
It's all you
s-
can really do until the farrier comes out and tells you what needs to be done, like, else.
yeah, and I don't know what else can be done because I'm not the farrier. So yeah, so it's weird and awkward, and a phone issue is probably like the number one thing I'm not going to get through easily. You know what I mean? Like there's a phone issue that's going to make awkward times 1,000 for me because I have to reach out to you, but I don't want to bother you, and I don't know why you're not responding to me, but maybe you're not getting all these messages. I just don't know what's going on, and it's making me feel
Oh my
crazy.
God, you know what you are? You're like, what is this, the love languages? You're like an anxious attachment style,
That sounds like me. That I
right?
don't, yeah,
But like you're also anxious avoidant, right? So like you're like anxious, but you're gonna avoid the situation because you don't know what else to do,
yeah,
right?
definitely.
I mean,
I'm the
not
kind
that
of
I
person, like if something would go bad at a job that I had, I would just think I should look for a new job. Like that would be my instant
Oh yeah, I don't
reaction.
love confrontation.
Exactly. I'm like, I just have to get out of here like right now. Like I need to find a job on my lunch break and leave.
I think, yeah, so like I put it in terms of fight, flight, freeze. I tend to freeze. Like when somebody says something like absolutely just what the fuck,
Yeah.
I sit there and I stare at them because I'm like buffering, like I'm like, did that just really happen? And then I'm like, yeah, I need to get out of here because also I don't trust if I don't get out of there, I don't trust what my reaction or what my words
Mm-hmm.
will be.
Mm-hmm.
I am a slow to anger, quick to fire kind of girl. So like if I fire, bodies will be buried. You know what I mean? So I really try
Yeah.
not to do that. But it has been my experience for most of my life that I just shut down and I just walk
Mm-hmm.
away and I
Mm-hmm.
just internalize it. And that's not healthy.
That's like That's like in You've Got Mail, how the character, which she's like, she wants to say all these nasty things and she thinks of them afterwards. And then she finally says something and she feels terrible about it.
Oh,
Oh,
100.
you're Meg Ryan.
I should be so lucky.
Yeah, right.
No, and I had somebody say something, and again, I do not get offended very easily. But everybody's got their own insecurities and things like that. And I will say, and I'm not, again, I don't want to bring up the circumstances. I want anybody to know, but like somebody said something to me and it made me do a double take. And I was like, did that really need to be said? Like, did that, like that was said almost like to personally hurt me? And like, now that's like, well, I'm going to remember that for the rest of your life and I will not be letting that go. And while I might not be outwardly rude to you, I will not go to bat for you either. Like, we are going to be enemies. You don't even know about it.
Absolutely. There are people on the internet that I don't remember why I don't like them. But I know they said something that really pissed me off.
Right.
And I've already, like, the situation itself has left my brain. Thank goodness it doesn't belong there. But yeah, you're dead to me. It's over.
Yes.
And I'll be nice to you. Don't,
Like,
don't think for a second because I don't like confrontation.
I don't either. And I'm a Libra through and through. And my cutoff game is really strong. But
yeah,
I also have a Scorpio moon. And so, it's just better if I cut you off. It's just better if I cut you off. Like,
we don't want to awaken that. We don't want.
No, that little dragon does not. No, she breathes acid. So yeah. But it's funny. So we were talking about people listening. I actually, two things. I had an appointment with one of our listeners this week. She called me to work on her horse.
Well, that's nice.
I thought it was so nice. And
shout out to her.
Yeah, shout out. And again, I don't want to name names, but because
what's her horse's name?
No, I'm not doing that because people.
She might like that. She'd probably like to hear her horse's name on the radio.
Have to ask her first.
All right.
Just out of respect.
Next time, get a release signed that says,
it was really cool because
I enabled to mention my name. I enabled to mention my horse's name.
That
just
seems
get a little
so professional.
Yeah, just hand it over. Be like, this is my media release. People love that. People love that stuff.
Well, and I do usually, like, I always ask if I could post a photo of the horse or things like that. So, like, I never do anything without their, but I thought that was really cool. And I actually, when I got to the appointment, I forgot that she was a listener. And so I'm just doing my thing. And she's like, oh, yeah, I was listening to your podcast when I was cleaning stalls this morning. I was like, shit, really? Like, I just, it's always a surprise.
Absolutely.
But, we're really good shit stirrers because everyone tells me that they listen to us while they're mucking stalls. Like, that is their time.
I love that.
We're the shit stirrers.
Oh, I miss mucking stalls.
It's very meditative.
I know it is. And I haven't been, like, Ben's been really good about piling lately. And he's been putting his poop in places that really need manure. So I'm just like, I'm going to leave that there. So I haven't,
he knows.
Been out cleaning the pastures. Yeah, he's like, this is really bare sand and the soil could use some nourishment. So I'm just going to poop here for like 3 months. Like, thank you.
Oh my
God.
Fantastic. Yeah,
I know. He's so thoughtful.
He is thoughtful.
He knows that I'm gardening a lot and he wants to make sure that my compost is doing great. And I have to tell you. So I was thinking about this.
Yes.
All right. So I've been thinking a lot because, gardening and stuff. And so last week I wrote down a list of things. It was like a manifestation list. It was called Things That I Want No Matter How Improbable. Like I wrote that at the top. Isn't that fantastic? I was like,
oh my God, yes.
I'm just going to say, and I felt like compelled. Like I just sort of like, it was the middle of the afternoon and I just plopped down and
That's a great blog post.
Yeah, but it's mine, right? But yeah, you're right. I can think about it. And one of the things I wrote in it was really funny. I wrote, I want to ride my horse.
Yeah.
And so then I was thinking about that like for a couple of days. And I've been working until like 5:30 and then going out, playing a little bit, doing chores and checking the garden, right? And I realized that I'm doing a lot of things right now that I could not do if I was riding regularly, like my vegetable garden, which is this, pointless morass. But I'm eating a lot of squash right now and I love that. You're gardening. You're not riding a lot, but you're gardening. Like there's so much that you can't do when you ride. And then what really came to me is I'm working on this project. I'm so ambitious. I'm pouring so much effort into this book project, this media stuff that I'm working on. It's like huge. I'm putting, like my agent is going to be like, Natalie, what in God's name have you been doing? I'd be like, just losing my mind over this project when I show her all the like media components that I've put together and ideas, and it's insanity. I could build a theme park with this project. And like, I don't know about you and I don't know about the rest of the world, but I'm curious. I can only be ambitious about one thing at a
Yes.
time.
Well,
I can,
hyperfixation.
it's a hyperfixation, but it's like when I go to Kentucky, right? I always, I see all the galloping and the jumping and the blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I really wish I was doing this. I know that I'm capable of like so much in eventing or in any, in dressage or whatever. I'm very capable. I would love to do more of it. And I cannot get myself to commit because I'm committing everything I've got to
To
my
other
book career.
things. Yeah.
Yeah, just specifically to the books and everything else. Then I'm like, well, let me putter for a little bit to take my mind off. And the horse would like riding and focusing on riding would take so much energy. And I have already given it all away.
I could not relate to this more. And I was thinking about this the other day, okay? Because, obviously I've been trying to function, changing my entire life. So the horses have taken such a huge back burner situation. And I finally feel like I'm starting to get my footing back in writing, back in everything. But it's like, there's only so much energy to give. And the other day I was at the barn. And again, open season, like if you say it, it might go on the podcast. Again, I'm not naming names, but I had a barn mate. She's lovely. I really enjoy her. She goes, you need to get back on a horse. And now I'll tell you right now, my trainers have been great. Nobody has pushed me to do it because I am literally trying to keep the horses. So I have to work as much as I possibly can. I'm trying not to have to sell them. Okay.
Right.
So I just want to be very clear that like my priority is keeping them. Okay. So if they can't get ridden, it's whatever, right? At this point. So I turned to her and I said, well, my travel is mostly calmed down until August, and summer tends to be a little lighter because everyone's racing or showing. And, I think I'm actually going to be able to get into a more regular rhythm at the barn. And she goes to me, so what, like 3 days a week? And I started laughing. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I'm so sorry. First of all, I don't want to set myself up to fail. I can barely garner the motivation to get out of my house some days. Okay. And so I was like, no, I was thinking like, once a week on Sundays, if my schedule allows and, I'm able to. I said, I don't want to set myself up. And then I really thought about it because she's not trying to be mean or trying to, push me or anything like that. She's a stay-at-home mom. She volunteers, but she's a stay-at-home mom. When I was a stay-at-home mom, guess where I was every day? I was at the barn.
Yes.
Right? Our lives are not the same. I am a single mom working 2 jobs, trying to keep my horses in my life, and she just doesn't understand. So I think like, I want to ride my horse, but a lot of times it's just like, oh, well, it's Sunday. I've been out 6 days a week working. I just want to sit on the couch and watch Harry Potter.
Right. And when you're a stay-at-home mom, your downtime can't occur at home.
No, never.
So she has to leave. So somebody could say to her, "Hey, why don't you chill out on the couch for an hour every day and just give yourself some me time?" And she's like, "Are you insane? When I'm at home, all I'm going to see is all of the work that I have to do, or the kids are going to be on my ass. Just nonstop drama. I go to the barn, there's nothing, there's no one. I see some friends, I ride my horse, life is simple." So it's a complete opposite situation where her home is her battleground and her office, and her barn is her quiet place.
Yes.
And your home right now is your quiet place, and the barn would be if you could get there, but babe, there's only so much time and there's a lot of traffic,
Yeah, it's the summer too, and it's
you've got that
we live at the
beach
shore.
traffic.
Yeah. So I was thinking, I'm like, and I know, like, and I adore her. She's lovely, and she does have a part-time job again at a barn, so she does spend a lot of time with horses, but she doesn't like. Yeah, I think the priorities are a little different. Like, I'm working to live.
Yeah.
At this point. And I mean, I'm doing really well, don't get me wrong, but I need to think about college. I need to put money aside. I need to like make sure that like I'm good and that because Ferris is not really leasable. Delight is unrideable.
Right.
Right. So like if they were to go anywhere, it would be a retirement farm. Guess what? Retirement farms in my area cost the same as my barn now.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, they probably do here too. It's a lot of effort.
it's a lot. And if I don't want to sell them, then like my priority has to be mortgage and horses right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
And so if that means that I can't ride, but I get to spend my days, when I see them with them, then that's fine, but they're lovely.
It's
and
the
they're
seasonal
healthy.
thing. It's this, what season of life are you in? Well, right now you're in a build-up season.
Right. I'm building back up.
Mm-hmm.
And so, while I'm digging myself out of the hole that I did have, I will get there eventually, but it might not be for another year or two, and that's okay. Like, I think a lot of people would really relate to this conversation because we put so much guilt on ourselves for like not getting to the barn as much. At the end of the day, my horses are happy. I'm happy. I'm going to be so happy because guess what? I have a vet appointment today at the barn and I don't have any clients. So I'm going to get on the horse.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it in a Western saddle and sweatpants, but I'm going to get on the horse.
It feels so good. It doesn't even matter. You get on
Yes.
the horse for 15 or 20 minutes. You go for a stroll, maybe do a little bending, and then you're like, hey, that was really cool. Would you like a bath? And
Yep. And then let's do this again next week.
Right.
Right? Like
That's
take
the only thing
pressure
I'm
off.
missing out on right now. I had looked at back in over the winter, really. I looked at my schedule and I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to have a lot of time to ride in May specifically, like a little bit in March and April, and then a decent amount in May. I'm gonna go to this show that is literally 5 minutes away from me. And and then a couple of weeks ago I was thinking about it and I looked at the entry form, and I looked at it for a while and I said, you know what? This is gonna be $200 to ride in 2 dressage tests. It's like, that's not even fun. I was like, I'd spend $200 to go to horse trials, but I'm not gonna do this. And then Ben cracked his hoof. Okay, so definitely wasn't going. And then a tree fell on my horse trailer. So
Right.
definitely not going. Right. And I feel no grief about this show because I had just like finally gotten out of this fug of like, I need to produce something. I need to get out there. I need to do this work. Like, I don't need to do this work. You know why? Because I'm already doing so much work. And I don't have to force myself to do more because I own a horse. That's not what it's about. You shouldn't fulfill your lifelong dream of owning a horse, especially as an adult when it's really freaking hard because you're responsible for all of it. You shouldn't fulfill that dream of having a horse and then be like, this horse produces all of this obligation work.
Yeah. Well,
everything
and then
already is an obligation.
I can already hear people screaming about, well, you got the horse, now you have to put the time in because it's not fair. But at the end of the day, I could say this with actual facts backing me up based on my experience and those of my clients is like most horses don't need to work every day. And in fact, really shouldn't be. Like 3 days is a max.
Mustangs working very hard. They just are grazing and hanging out with their buds.
Living their lives.
I don't see brood mares going out of their way to do a lot of work. They're just raising their children and living in a herd and
What
beating
about
each other
donkeys?
up.
Right? Like donkeys, do you work your donkeys?
Yeah, I don't
right?
see
Are they
donkeys
living
doing a ton
happy
of
lives?
work. Yeah.
So like why is the double standard for a riding horse? Like just,
The American productivity brain rot is
right?
infected
It's like
our
we're
animals.
programmed to think that like we have to do this, we have to do that. And I say fuck that. Like no, I'm sorry. Like and my horses are family to me. I will do everything in my power to keep them in my life. I don't plan on selling them at all ever.
Ever.
And they are perfectly content. I do have a trainer that will help me ride Ferris once a week, when the weather is appropriate. It's been too hot for him and he has health issues. And you know what? That's okay. That's okay. And he is fine. He would rather be a pasture puff. Delight is the best he's ever looked. And I sit there and I think like, okay, some horses maybe really do need it. Like maybe, but I pride myself on my animals having mental and physical enrichment that they don't need external exercise.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just thinking about like the way Ben walks with purpose around the property. He's like, "Do you know what? I want to be over there." And he sets off and he marches. I watch him. He does not have an
A little
amble.
working walk.
He's like, "I gotta go to the far corner and I gotta stand under that tree and gaze into the distance for like 3 hours." I'm like, "All right, dude, you do you. Like,
Yeah, sounds great.
get to it." He always is in a hurry to his next spot. He's like, "This is where I'm gonna stand." Okay.
That's like me. I'm always in a hurry until I stop, and then I'm like, I will be staying here for the next 2 hours.
Then all of a sudden the lip is down. He's on the ground.
Oh, I had the cutest moment. So I had a 3-year-old horse that I was working on for the first time, bodywork, and he kept looking to like buckle his legs on the cross tie. So I was like, maybe he wants to roll,
Yeah.
'cause sometimes they want to roll after. No, he didn't. We took him out into the arena and he like starts, using his lip to look at, and I'm thinking, oh, he's gonna roll. No, he lays down and he goes immediately to sleep.
God.
I was like, oh, I guess you liked it.
Oh my goodness. I do
Like
feel
that's me. If I stop moving,
he's just out.
I'm there. Like I'm done.
Oh man. I love that. Ben
It's
does
really
take
cute.
multiple naps per day. Like one of the most interesting things I thought whenever he moved here was just watching him. Like I hadn't just watched a horse all day in a really long time. I was like, God damn, he naps a lot. He like hours a day he spends completely passed out. He'll lie down for 45 minutes, just completely.
Ugh, I'm so
It's
jealous of him.
incredible. He hasn't been as much his favorite nap spot is cut off right now while we have grass growing.
Oh yeah.
And it's like the softest part of the entire property. It's like a mattress. And he really wants me to let him back in there. I'm like, dude, the grass is like, it's in a critical stage right now. If you want grass later, you can't sleep there now. Yeah.
So he's not very happy with
Those
you.
are the big dramas on the property is like
But that's the
access
way
to
it should
napping
be.
spots. It should
No.
be. It should be for all of us. Like we should all be so lucky and we should be working towards a life or a culture where we're allowed to just worry about where our nap spot is and not how hard we're working.
I am manifesting that shit for us. Okay.
Yes.
I would like to go. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm excited to get in the saddle, but I don't want to feel like I have to. Right. And I think like naturally I shut down a little bit. Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me I have to be a certain
that
way.
really
Like I
hits
want
me
to,
hard.
it really hits me. I want to be authentic to myself and how I'm feeling. So I think a lot of the reason I hadn't been writing, but besides the time frame available, is like mentally I wasn't there, emotionally I wasn't there, and I don't want to bring that to the barn. And now I'm in such a great place. I'm just so happy, and I'm like, okay, I can wrap my head around this. Let's maybe put a leg over today and just kind of like have a nice ride, no expectations, and like that's
Yeah.
where I'm comfortable right now.
Sometimes it's hard to get into that no expectations headspace, especially when you're in a position where a lot of people are like asking things of you constantly. And that kind of revs up that sort of danger part of your brain to the point where you're going, well, I need to accomplish something because everyone's telling me all the time I need to accomplish something. And so you're like, all right, I'm going to go out and I'm going to do this thing and I'm going to set goals. And you go out and do it and you get into a huge fight. Right? Like how many times does that happen?
Oh, yeah.
Because you just set these unrealistic expectations. Your horse is not being bossed around by tons of people and being, he's not in that headspace at all. Your horse is like, oh, hey, it's you. It's my person. I like you so much. And then it's like, oh, you're feeling a little aggressive today. And then it turns into a whole because you had a rough period,
Yes, and I don't want to. It's not fair to them. And okay, so I'm going to tell you. So we went to the horse show yesterday, and I was a little stressed because one, it was hot. I don't like heat, you know that. I brought my little canopy chair. I was under a tree. I was very happy. But my daughter, I'm just going to give her a shout out. Like I feel like such a proud mom because so she got into her flat class. They pulled them because of lightning. So we had to wait about 30, 40 minutes.
That's where my weather is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, this is our first rain in 10 days. So we're in the drought now. But, we also had a tornado the other day. So that was awesome. We're getting a lot more of them in New Jersey than we used to.
I know.
And so she got off. She was, taking care of the horse, whatever. And her first jump class. Now, anybody who's heard about Odin, he's very forward. He's very strong. He was a driving horse for the Amish. He did not know what brakes were. He did not know what leg meant. Like he's lovely, but he loves to jump. Okay, so just picture that drive forward mentality with a jump course. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so they come around and he is just full jumper mode. It's equitation, so like not we don't want him to be forward, and he's coming around a bending line, and sometimes it gets a little too tight. He full on bolts and bucks, and then she comes around again and doesn't get mad. She just comes around again and does it again, and this time the buck was wicked. I mean,
No.
it was the Hunter Pace buck came back. It was the bolts forward so he could get his ass over his head with a twist. Okay,
God, what a
she
bastard.
sat it. She finished the course, went over the wrong jump because she was all frazzled, but she did
Yeah.
it. Okay, and she walked out. She was so frustrated with herself, not her horse. Right, it gets better. So she's waiting for the others to go, and she does her second course. She comes in. It's like a blank slate. She does it. She does the bending line again. That same problem one. They looked gorgeous. Like they absolutely nailed it. She is at the end, gives a huge smile, pats him on the neck, and walks out of there. And so obviously she got DQ'd the first class. The
Yeah.
second class she got second. But what was really, really cool is that her comeback game was so strong. She never blamed him. She said, I just don't want people thinking he's bad.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad we finished on a good note. Like she was rubbing him, so proud of him, crying into his mane, like so proud of him because he did it. She never once blamed him for the errors, and she gave him all the credit for the win. And I just was
Oh.
like, I'm gonna cry now. Like I was so proud. We had adults coming up to us telling her how proud they were. Like I just was like, this is the moment that like my kid becomes a horse person. Like
Perfectly. Oh, you worked so hard. You worked really hard to get her onto that horse. And look, it's working out. Like they are such a team
yeah.
that she's able to, get through that frustration and give him the credit. Uh, that's just beautiful. That's
Oh my
really
God.
beautiful.
They
Yeah,
just
listen,
she
we're
loves
having
him
technical
so much.
difficulties while
Yeah.
Heather cries because
She did.
do. Yeah,
Yeah, but
that's really, really,
she
really
dusted
cool.
them off and went back in like it never happened. And
Hmm.
I just like she never got mad at him. Like never got mad at him. And I just was so proud. And she goes, I just don't want people thinking he's bad. And I was just like, no one thinks that. Like he's green. This is
Yeah.
only he's been showing for 1 year. He's been jumping for 2 years.
Hmm.
Like he's so good.
Does she like specialize in anything, or like she does jumpers and she does equitation with them?
So
Does,
she doesn't
does he
do
maybe get a
jumpers
little?
yet
Okay.
because he is like so strong. Like she has all her gloves are ripped because he will like you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Do you know, I
Yeah.
feel like pony jumpers can be so wild and it's almost like encouraged and
I
like
know.
goes viral. People are like, and people put up videos of their like 6-year-old on an absolute bonkers ass pony
Right.
going 700
Barreling.
miles an hour, just terrifying. And they're like, look, she's such a little horsewoman. I'm like, no, 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 no. This is terrifying. I don't like to see this at all. And
Yes,
it's
it's
kind of
scary.
it's a weird culture, right? Where it's almost like motorcycle racing for small children on animals with
I mean,
brains.
listen, I put down the video because she almost came off at that second buck and then she was like, "Mom, you need to keep recording. I need to see it so I can look and see what I did that I need to improve on." Like I was like, "Okay, I'll get a tripod," because like my initial reaction is like put down the phone so I could watch and like run
Right.
if I have to. So
I mean, you could say too, like, did you do something wrong, or does a bending line get a horse reared up because they feel like they want to change leads and then they want to buck?
that's
and
it.
then,
When he's off
like
balance,
that's a
he bolts.
normal. Yeah,
Yes.
that's a normal response. It's not really like you don't have to beat
No,
yourself
and
up
she knew
about
it.
it.
And I said, I need you to take wider turns because you did not set him up correctly. But so yeah, so she did the eck. This time of year, he's just coming out of a very forward winter season. So he has to do eck because he has a little bit of a tick because he gets so anxious that he like tosses his head. So hunters
Yeah.
is not really the vibe. But in
Yeah.
the summer, they do hunters. So like when he's back and doing courses regularly and he's used to the heat and he's not as stressed because he really wants it. So it's just safer to do equitation. Now, that being said, we're going to do hit Socrates this year. And I just, I, oh God, I will have a heart attack if Zoe does it. But I think that her friend who schools him sometimes, is going to, I'm going to encourage her to take him into the jumpers, into the itty bitties, because
Yeah.
they'll clean up. Like, he is just, you point him at it and he goes. Like, he's just, oh my God. And his
Well, you're
knees
gonna,
are so cute.
give him
He's
a
clean.
taste of that.
He's
You're gonna give him
clean
the
all of
drugs.
the time. Like,
You're gonna,
he jumps it like it's 3 foot.
if he's running around the jumper course, that's the coke. He's gonna be addicted.
It'll be fine because all we do in schooling when we're not in a lesson is we work on jumping and then stopping, trotting, jumping. You know what I mean? So we work a lot on that. Trust me, when I say like this horse wants to be a jumper, Zoe's just not there yet.
Come on, Zoe.
She used to be timid rider, like, but
I know.
and now look at her, she's going and she's killing it. And
Going
so
to hits.
yeah,
I gotta ask.
yeah.
Are horse shows fun?
For who? like for whom? Because I know it's not fun for the trainers.
Not fun for the trainers. It's not fun for the moms. I don't know that it's necessarily. It depends on the show if it's fun for the horse or not, because like it's very stressful.
I will say Odin really likes showing because he doesn't like the flat because he doesn't like other horses.
Yeah.
He likes showing because he gets to jump full courses.
Now, let's say if I went to a horse show, would it be fun? I don't know if I'd have fun.
I wouldn't.
I feel
that's
accomplished.
why I don't do it.
Exactly. I'm interested. I would like to know. I would like for our listeners to tell us, are horse shows fun? And show your work. Because I think it's an interesting question. I think we stress ourselves out big time, but I don't always know what our motivation is.
Well, and what do we get out of it, right? Is it a sense of pride? Is it a sense of accomplishment? Is it a sense of like, oh, I did better than last time? Like, no one is going to judge me more than I judge myself, right? I rode at a relatively high level when I was a kid, and I burned out bad because I had all the horses in training, right? All the naughty horses because I could ride really well. But that's not fun to take into the show ring, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, because when you're in the show ring, you want to look pretty. And
yeah.
like every time I go in, so a couple years ago, I went to IEA, right? We did an adult IEA team, which they still have. I just didn't join it last year because of everything. I rode twice, and none of it was fun. But I rode the shit out of those horses. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't get credit for it. It wasn't, but like I had a horse that was
So you got personal
achievement. Yeah, because like I had one horse that was literally a dragon coming off the trailer, and I did great on her. That was the first time riding a horse I didn't know in years, like literal years. And I got on her. I rode her amazingly, and we just turned the wrong direction to the end. Like I turned to the outside instead of the inside because it's been 30 years since I showed. And then the other one was literally spooking at everything and trying to bolt on me. So I rode that horse never bolted, I'll tell you that. But I didn't win, like, so, I mean, like, for me, the accomplishment, it was like, I rode that horse really well, but I also, like, needed a fucking shot and a meal and a nap later,
I think, and maybe it's, I just did the past pages, like the paperback proof, essentially, of foaling season, which, this foaling season, I can't remember. One of these books, there's 3, and I've been working on them intermittently. One of them has like a farm horse show in it. And I've been seeing, like, since I wrote these books a couple of years ago, and then I came back and I've revisited them. I'm like, I really see myself in these, like, if I were part of a barn, like when I was a kid, like a big boarding barn where there's lots of people to ride with, and you have these, like, the
schooling
interpersonal
shows.
Relationships, and then you have a show at home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those were what I've done since coming back as an adult.
Oh my God, that would be so fun. Like, it would be like, oh, I just show up to my own barn, and I take my horse out of his own stall, and I tack him up, and I go out and ride in my own arena with my friends, and we look cute and we take pictures and we get ribbons. That would be
Yes.
amazing. The stress of traveling, number one. Like, here, horse,
Stalling.
you're in a new place. How about you behave really well? And the horse is like, what the, where am I? What am I doing? Where's my pasture? Where's my idiot brother? What am I doing? You know, just like that stresses me out. And then, oh God, braiding. Can we like, I don't know if I'm willing to go back until I get told, guess what? You don't have to braid because that's dumb and I don't want to do it. Takes too long. People are stressing their horses out by braiding them during their like nocturnal time, stuff like that. I don't want anything to do with it. I think braiding is stupid. Let's end it. And I'm a very traditionalist person, but like braiding is a huge barrier to me at this point because I think like I would either have to pay somebody or roach the mane. Like those are the options. And I don't want to do either of those things. And
Yeah.
like, and then there's just the stress of where am I supposed to be? Oh, I'm waiting. Oh my God, what if they hate my horse? What if my horse flips out? There's just like this level
Oh, there's so much
of
anxiety.
and I'm like, this was fun when I was a kid because my ability to process anxiety was a completely different level.
But also your trainers handled so much, your parents handled so
Yeah.
much that you didn't see. You know, like Zoe, I mean, she loves to show. So I'm a horse show mom now. Like she loves to show. She's been talking about Socrates since we left Saratoga last season. You know,
Yeah.
it was the time of her life. So like I'm literally been saving up for this one big event for a year. And you know, but she gets like really anxious the day of and she won't eat.
Yeah,
She
I
won't
remember not
drink. And I'm
eating.
like, why are you stressing yourself like this? And
It's
I
a
will
great
say,
question. I don't
you know, like
know.
for what possible reason? And again, I know for her, because we spoke yesterday with everything, the reason she likes these shows, they're like technically our local fairgrounds. So they're like 10 minutes from our barn. So it's very convenient. It's good practice for him to get off property, but they have end of year awards.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have to do 3 shows. And I can't do all 5 shows just financially. So I tell you, you could do 3 shows to qualify for the points, and that's it. And she told me yesterday that she doesn't care about her points. She doesn't care. She wants him to get Pony of the Year.
Oh,
Like, she wants him to get the points. And like that's her goal as a made horse. Like she's making this horse with the help of her trainer, but like this is not a horse that we bought that was, you know, in the pony finals. This is a horse
Right.
that was coming out of auction, was short like for a year at a Western dressage barn and was too much for the kids. Like, so the pride that she has in him is immense. And so I think people have different reasons to show. I think people have different reasons to compete, whether it's locally or not. I will say that the only times, bar one, in the last 20 years that I've shown was all at my home barn.
Yeah. See, this is what I'm thinking. I don't know that I'm capable of motivating myself to do anything because I've already sunk all of my
That's
energy.
so fair.
Right? Like I've already sunk all of my energy into the books, right? And then I have no, you know, if I had somebody around that was like, all right, we're going to ride, to be like, okay. And I go out and ride with her. I did that a couple of years ago, actually, and the burnout drove me insane. So that's a whole other issue. But like sometimes, you know, I imagine, oh, if I were at a barn, things would be different. But I also don't have time to be at a barn. So
Well, that's where I'm at, right?
Yeah.
Like if the horses were in my backyard, I'd be out in the morning doing all the things I need to do with them before I go to work. But my barn is 35 minutes away without traffic.
yeah, well, so I have the horses here, but I need the like stimulation,
Right.
almost a competitive stimulation, but the friendship of somebody saying, hey, let's go do this. And going, okay, I have a partner in this.
Well, I'll be
What
honest.
the answer is I need to force Corey to ride, but that's not going to happen.
Well, no. I think I'm not, I'm a weird type of ambivert, right? Like I'm a homebody, but when I leave the house, I'm ready to be social, right? So I do love having that social aspect of my barn because I'll show up and I'll get to see different people and I'll get to catch up with them. And yeah, sometimes it is motivating. Like, oh, you're getting on, I'll hop on with you and we'll go around the track, right?
Exactly.
You know, I like that and I do well with like group events, right? Like one of my barn mates was like, "Oh, is your horse good around the trails?" And I was just like, no, he dumps me every single time, but we'll hand walk with you because she's trying to get her horse comfortable. And I was like, he is not the one, but I will hand walk with you and he'll be so brave, right?
Yeah.
I was like, or I'll take Odin. Odin is great. He's just super competitive. So as long as he's front, he's fine, right? But like that's the kind of thing that'll get me in the saddle is if someone says like, oh, hey, I'm going to ride on X day. Do you have time? Like, why don't you come meet me? Like,
Yeah.
yes, I will do that. But if it's just me getting on to like prove something to myself that I could walk, trot, canter, I get bored real easy.
Uh-huh. Definitely. I find myself, I'm like, didn't I do this yesterday or
Yeah.
2 days ago? Like, I'm
Right?
fairly certain we've established this for the week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I have to keep things interesting. Also, my pony gets bored easily, and then he chooses trouble. So, I think there is a big thing to say about the social aspect of it, but the convenience of having them at home is lovely. It would be
And
nice
the
if there
price,
was
the price is right because
right.
I could not afford to board.
Oh, tell me about
Like,
it.
not, let me put it to you like this. I like to travel. I have a lot of trips in the latter half of this year. It could be board my horse someplace very basic, or it could be going a lot of trips. And I'm picking trips. I'm picking trips because I'm only, I'm capable of traveling right now situation, so I'm gonna do it, like
Well, yeah,
I'm
you
always
should.
gonna pick trips over I'm always gonna pick trips. The
Well,
ponies
see, I
are
find
outside
it
having a
easier
good
to
time.
board because then I know they're taken care of, and I don't have to worry about a farm sitter or anything like that. So
Yeah, I don't worry. I like my farm, so I don't worry about them at all when I'm gone.
that's wonderful.
The cat,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
total bummer, but he's nonstop excitement. But the horses, they live outside. What they just do their
To
normal
make sure
thing.
they have food and you mucks periodically.
You could probably set up something automatic and they can just live alone.
I
I think
mean-
there are people that do that.
Sure.
I'm a little too neurotic for no home visits, but I think there are people that set up feeders and they go out and check on their horses once a week.
It's funny because people, I don't know, people say cats are easy, and they are in relation to dogs, in my opinion. But my new kittens are so people friendly and so people loving. Like I think if I were to leave for a long weekend and leave them at home with the automatic feeder, I think they would definitely be upset. Like they
Oh no, yeah.
love the attention of humans.
That's the thing. They're physically easy, but they're emotionally difficult.
Right.
They need people and stimulation and their patterns to be upheld.
Yes.
And when you throw that off, I feel guilty about it the whole time I'm
Totally.
doing it.
Which
Yeah.
is why I'd rather bring them with me, and I'm training them up so that they can do that. They come in the car with me all the time. We did confirm 2 females, so that's good. I don't have to
That's so
worry about an
funny.
early neuter situation. He was like, she just oddly conformed. I'm like, I'll take it. Like, but I mean, so like they're really good at like that. So yeah, so I'm going to be traveling with them for the next, what is it? I have 2 events in July that I have to be gone for like overnight. They're going to come with me and they'll just hang out in the hotel and they'll be fine. But they get to sleep with me and I get to see them when I'm not working. And that I think is important because, they're young and they need that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
It's good. Yeah, if you can offer it to a kitten and get them used to traveling, I think that's a great idea.
oh yeah, my vet loves it. He's like,
Yeah.
keep it going. Eventually, when they fit in it, I'll get them a little harness and we'll harness train them just so I can like grab, so they don't take off. But generally speaking, I mean, they're happy to go and come with me places. So that's lovely.
That's really cool.
It's really cute. So I have to give you a new picture because they are like massive right now. They're like doubled in size. They weigh almost 3 pounds a piece now. Yeah, so they're big girls. But all right, let's do adulting wins.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want
All
to start
right.
or do you want me to start?
You better start.
Okay. I have nothing on the top of my head, but
Yeah. Oh, well, you offered, so
No,
I'm
it's
going to throw
fine.
it to you.
I always just throw it out there because like I'm grateful for so many things and I try to do that, like a grateful thing every day. So what am I I'm grateful that my daughters are forming into these humans that are absolutely so compassionate and empathetic, and I feel like that makes me proud as their mother because I feel like clearly I don't always do everything right, but I feel like I'm doing that right.
Yeah.
Um,
You have one piece right anyway.
I got, yeah, and that, in my opinion, as a mother, like, might be the most important piece. So I'm excited. I'm really looking forward. I've only got a week left of school, and then we are on summer break.
Oh,
So,
summer break.
yes.
I know. I'm living for like the trips that are coming up because my whole first part of my year was all work trips. And so I guess what a win that I've gotten through those. And I'm on the cusp of like the fun stuff that I've been waiting for. I'm going to New York next month. And doing a book signing in Saratoga, which I've mentioned on here before. So there's that. That's a little tiny piece of work, not much. And then, oh man, going on a cruise. And I'm going to Key West. Just lots of really good stuff that
That's
I
so
need.
fun.
Like I needed it yesterday, but I will take it in 2 months because that's what I got.
Listen, it's something to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
like
I really
I
need
feel
things to look forward to.
we always need something to look forward
Mm-hmm.
to. Like I'm obviously exhausted just getting back from almost 3 weeks of travel, and my bank account is crying because it's 3 weeks
Right.
I didn't work, right?
Yeah.
So, and I don't have anything really passive income wise. So I have to like make that back. But I'm excited because that means I could put all my attention and focus on Iceland in August
Oh my gosh, yes.
and, get ready for that. And that's going to just be such a good time. It's all women. I've got a wait list a mile long. And we're just going to have so much fun with it. So, like, that's really, you know, yeah, you always need something to look forward to.
Hmm. And we have our event, in the beginning of August?
Yeah,
Is that right?
August 1,
Yeah.
August
We have to
1st in Maryland.
Get some details on that.
I
That's like a
know.
Baltimore County situation for people who are wondering, but I don't know exactly where. So yeah,
I think
August
it's Upper
1st.
Maryland, and like, north of Hunt Valley. So, but
Mm-hmm.
we'll
Right
we'll
around, yeah.
yeah, we'll figure it out. It's fun, and you're gonna come hang out with me. You get to meet
I
the
am.
babies.
I am. Kitten weekend.
Oh my God, they might be coming with us for the day. It depends. We'll
Okay.
see.
I can deal with that. As
They're
long as they don't
pretty.
meow the whole way. Well, I mean, if they
No,
do,
they
what am I
won't.
gonna do?
No, they don't. They don't. They're very chill. In fact, when I brought them to the vet last week, Narcissa, she just sits and watches, and they're very interested in dogs. And we brought her in, and she just hung out in her little backpack until the vet asked her to come out. And Trixie was all over the place. She's like, "Let me out. I need to see what's going on and everything." And so it's really funny. They're kind of changing personalities.
I feel like controversial opinion here, but I'm gonna say it. I think I'd rather travel with cats than dogs if the cats are acclimated to it.
Oh yeah.
Because dogs are all up in your shit. They're like, where are we going? Where are we going? Oh my God. And, they're just like nonstop. And I have reached a point where the energy of dogs is just too much for me. I can't have that much energy around me. I need everything to just cool off, please. And
Well,
so,
it's funny you say that because we're now in the 2 month stage of every time so I have the mini camera. The cats will sleep while I'm not there, but the second I walk in, we do this little thing. Okay, I just have to tell you, it's so cute. I'll pick one up, give it a little mwah, 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 kiss, 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 put it down, and then I'll pick up her sister, and they'll like wait for me to do it. Like so, now they expect it. And then they're zooming for 2 hours because they're so excited that I'm there that I'm just a jungle gym. They're just using me to hide, jumping over me. I had somebody like hiding in my hair yesterday. A cat literally like ran over my face. So like they're a little high, but they wrestle each other, which is
Mhm.
lovely. And it's cute that they're so excited that I'm there.
So, no, I like that a lot. Yeah. Yeah, when you're traveling with a dog and the dog is like, I need to be a part of everything. I'm like, this doesn't require dog. Can you just sit?
Well, and I
Can
will
you just
say
sit?
too,
And you're
like
no,
I have
never.
a really cool setup in my car because it's like a little kitty apartment. So one side is a hammock with like toys and things like that, and then it opens to another side with a litter box. So there's no like, oh my God, I have to stop, my dog's gonna shit itself. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, cat needs to go to the bathroom. She could just go whenever she needs to.
That's what my farrier has with her cat.
Yeah,
She travels all over with that cat. Then she
it's
takes
great.
it out and Manny sniffs it like, I don't know what this is.
Yeah,
Like it's a cat. You sniff
it's a
the cat all
cat.
the time. Yeah, it's so weird.
He
Well,
doesn't
yeah.
know that cat. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, I do think it's gonna be fun, and I'm trying to avoid being the crazy cat lady, but I fear we've passed that.
It's so much, it's just so easy to get into it. It just gets sucked in. The energy is just, it's like a magnet. It's like, come, be weird,
It's
Get
the
obsessed with the
purring.
furry little babies.
Yeah, the purring.
It is the purring.
Yeah, they like reset my central nervous system.
Exactly.
I can't help it. Oh my God. Well,
Yep.
I'm excited. We're going to have a really fun summer.
Yes. All the good stuff is coming.
Yes. And some of that may or may not include riding. Who knows?
Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
Thank you for being a little weird with us, horse girls. If you like what you hear, make sure to subscribe to the podcast on your player of choice. Follow us on Instagram at Adulting with Horses Podcast, or even better, join our Adulting with Horses Clubhouse on Facebook, where you can become part of the show. Also, it's a great place to meet other horse crazy women. Thanks, and see you next time.